This is Marty with Marty's Diesel, and today I'm going to go over what all you need to take off of your old body style truck whenever you're installing a Marty's Diesel e-fuel system. Let's start at the back here. At the back here, you've got your factory return on the top of the selector valve, and then you have your factory feed on top of your selector valve. You will be returning and feeding the selector valve with all of our standard kits. We do offer kits that go from the selector valve back, but today's video is not highlighting that. So these two lines right here, you will be removing all the way forward up the frame rail. Those lines go up the front of the engine. Let me walk up there. Here you can see the lines as they come up the frame rail to the front of the engine. You'll see the bolt that you need to remove in order to remove these front lines off the front of the engine here. And you'll follow them all the way up to where they'll go to the fuel bowl. You will be removing those lines. You will be removing the fuel bowl. You will be removing the fuel pump. You will be removing the front of headlines that go right here. This one goes right here to the driver's side head. You can see it down there. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There you go. You will be removing the line, but you will not be removing the actual fitting itself that goes into the head. You do not remove that fitting, and you also do not remove the fitting, this 90 that goes into the front of the head. You will be removing both lines, but you will not be removing the fittings into the head at all, okay? So those front of headlines you'll be removing, the fuel bowl you'll be removing, the fuel pump you'll be removing, and I have videos on how to do those that I put up years ago, so I don't think I need to go into that. But at the same time, I do not really have a very good explanation on what I do here update-wise. So I do remove the AC compressor with the 4 10mm head bolts. I just remove the AC compressor and place it off to the side. And then this particular bracket is held on by 4 13s, okay? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 13mm bolts. I don't actually remove those bolts all the way. What I do is I just back them out till there's like 1 or 2 threads left in the block, and I just let this bracket hang in front. And that's gonna get me the room I need to get that line off of the front of the head on that side. You can do the same on this side, but typically I just remove the alternator and it gives me enough room to get to the fitting and line right here. Technically speaking, just with the alternator out of the way, I can get right to that. And to be honest with you, you can probably get to it without removing the alternator, but for me, it's just, I've already got the belt off and it's just so easy. It makes it easier for me to finish that job there. So here is the other side of the fuel bowl. Here is the plug that goes to the IPR. 3 of those 5 wires you're not going to be reusing unless you have a van. If you have a van, you will be reusing a 3rd wire there. On the actual fuel pump itself, you can see the 3 fuel lines that you're going to be cutting and removing. You'll be removing the fuel pump itself, and then you've also got your rear of headlines here. Now, your rear of headlines you will not be removing. You will be resealing with 2 seals around that, where the banjo bolt goes on this side and where the fuel pump replacement fitting is going to go when that fuel pump comes out of there. We've also got a freeze plug that's going to go in place of that fuel pump, but that's in another video as well too. So you'll see that rear of headline comes around right here. These lines you do not remove. However, you can remove the line. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. You can remove the line and actually replace the seal that goes inside there. We do supply you with 3. You only need 2. You need 1 for the passenger side rear, and then you need 1 for the driver's side rear, okay? We're gonna include 3 of them, but you only need 2. A lot of times I gotta remove this downpipe out of my way in order to get to that guy and make it easy to get that guy off of there. But basically that should be everything that you need to remove in order to install a Marty's e-Fuel system. One thing I will say though is that when you remove this intake Y, you need to make sure that you cover these holes right here that go down into the engine. And let me go get the wrench that we use. It's pretty much the only specialty tool that we use in order to get this fuel system installed on the truck. Give me 1 second. And we're back. I've got that specialty wrench. It's basically just a skinny 1.25 inch box end style wrench. And as you can see, it fits down in there without issue. This is not required. You can absolutely get it without bending it, but it just makes it a lot easier to bend the wrench up like we show on the website. And this basically is, you know, all that it is. I just heated it up, put it in a vise, and bent it a little bit. Made it easier to get down there on that little banjo bolt. So besides this one particular tool, everything else is very easy to do with just your standard like Harbor Freight or Home Depot, you know, kit. You do not have to remove the cab in order to do this job, but we're removing the cab in order to do a lot of other things. But basically, you know, you can do this at home in your driveway. You do not really need any kind of specialty tools at all. This is a very easy to install fuel system. So that concludes today's video. I hope you liked the video, and if you like informational videos like this, please consider a like and a subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also check out our website so you can see other videos like this as well. Thanks for watching.